Okay, hello guys, what's up? Welcome to another stream. Alright, so today let's make a bunch of sentences in Korean, alright? So lots of people have been saying that they have trouble making some sentences. So let's try to translate English into Korean, okay? Like starting with like the super basics. Okay, so first thing we want to do is let's translate something very simple. Okay, this is, you probably already know this. Alright. So I am Korean. I am Korean. In Korean, that is 저는 한국 사람이에요. 저는 한국 사람이에요. I am Korean. So it's kind of like split up like this. I / am / Korean. So this 이에요 part is like the am. I am Korean. Right? So what if you wanted to say I am Chinese? 저는 중국 사람이에요. 중국 사람이에요. Hello, good morning. Hello. Welcome Isa, welcome Laura. Alright, so that is I am Chinese. 중국 사람이에요. I am Chinese. Right? It doesn't always have to be I. Remember, it could be like something like he. Of course, then it would be he is, right? But in Korean, it still would stay the same. It would be 그는 중국 사람이에요. He is Chinese. Very simple. Okay, but you have to be one thing to note is that you can't say like he is cold. Okay, then you would not use 이에요. This is only for like when he is something, not how he is feeling or whatever. So you could say like this is a chair, then you would use 이에요, but not for something like he is cold. If you wanted to say he is cold, then you just say 그는 추워요. He is cold. So you don't need to say this is part. This is part doesn't exist. It's just he cold. 그는 추워요. How do you say I am Brazilian? Okay, Brazilian. So 사람 right here is like person. So this is literally China person. So the country goes here. So if you say Brazilian, say 브라질 사람이에요. Brazil person is. Well, we have to change it to I am, right? I am Brazilian. So it's like 저는 브라질 사람이에요. 브라질 사람이에요. I am Brazilian. Okay. One thing to note is that there's two versions actually. Like there's 이에요 and there's also 에요. So let me show you here. There's 이에요 and there's also 에요. They mean both the same thing, but then it changes depending on if it's easier to pronounce. So for example, 사람. Oops. No, how about okay, let's say 이거는 바나나, and then this is like 이거는 what's it, cup. Okay, for banana we say 바나나예요. But then for cup we use 컵이에요. They both mean the same thing. Like this banana is, this cup is. But why are there two versions? Well, it's kind of like, you know, in English, and un. It's just for easier pronunciation. Oh, Jaren has entered the chat. Oh, hello, Jaren. Jaren is my friend in real life. Jaren, what's up, what's up? Okay, so when you choose AO and EAO, it depends on the word before it. So if you look at this word right here, like cup, it has 1, 2, 3. This third character underneath is called the 받침. So if it has a third character underneath, if it has a 받침, then we use EAO instead of AO. It's just because it's easier to pronounce. 저는 브라질 사람이에요. Oh, we have 2 Brazilian people in the chat. What time is it in Brazil? All right, guys, does that make sense? So let me try give you another example. Something with the 받침. So for example, 이거는 헤드폰이에요. So if you look at this last character right here, right? It has 1, 2, 3. See this third character right here? This is the 받침. 받침 means something underneath, okay? A third character underneath. So since it has the 받침, you use the one with the more circles. 받침 loves circles. So oftentimes in Korean, there's like 2 choices. They mean the exact same thing. Like, when do you choose which one? When it has a 받침, you choose the one with more circles. You see, this has 3 circles, right? So you choose the one with the more circles, if that makes sense. Okay, but what if something like, what if there's a word like, I don't know, computer, right? Take a look at this last character right here. This top, 1, 2, right? There's nothing underneath. There's no like this or this or this. There's nothing underneath. There's no 받침. So choose the one with less circles, all right? This 받침 rule is very, very common for other types of things too. So there is this 는, 은 particle, right? As you can see right here, like if we could focus on the 는, 은 particle right here. See how we used 는 instead of 은 for 이거? Well, that is because this call right here is 1, 2, and there's no third character on the bottom. There's no 받침. So if there is no 받침, choose the one with the no without the circle. All right. If this word was a word with a 받침, like for example, I don't know, like like for example, okay, let me change this back to like 한국 사람. Right? And let's say we had a person's name that had a 받침, like like 한군 or something like that, okay? 한군, the person's name. So let's look at the last character right here. 1, 2, 3. See? The third character has a 받침. So if we were to choose a particle that fits inside, we must use the one with the circle. So 한군, is it 한군은 or is it 한군는? So if you look at the last character, it has a 받침. So we use the particle 은 instead of the 는. Please in English to write. Oh, do you mean you want to see the meaning of the words? Oh yeah, it's a little bit difficult to. When do you use 는 and 은? Do you mean you have difficulty choosing which one to use, 은 or 는, or do you mean like you don't understand 는, 은 in general, like you don't understand when to use it at all? Well, if you mean that if you don't know how to use this at all, it's quite simple actually. Okay, so it doesn't really have like a special meaning. So in English, you would say something like I study Korean, right? In Korean, you would just flip the order. So you would say I Korean study. That's the regular sentence. Okay, that's the correct word order. Okay, and then like whatever is in the first slot, you just add a 는 or a 은, right? And then whatever is in the second slot, you just add a 를 or a 을, Korean 을. Okay. If that's complicated, then you just take out the middle part. Try to think of anything like that's two words, like I study or like I eat or I play or I dance, whatever, right? You just have to think that the 는 just goes on the I for no real reason. I know like people are saying like this is like the topic marker or whatever, but there isn't really like, it's just like the main character of the sentence, I guess. It's just like the main character. So if it was like he eats, it would just be like he는 eat, he는 play or something, or like they는 play, they는 dance. It's just like the main character of the sentence gets the 는 or 은. If that makes sense. So like 저 컴퓨터 사요. Like I computer buy. The I just gets the 는 because I is the main character of the sentence. Like who's buying the computer? Oh, I'm buying the computer. So it's like I 는 컴퓨터 사요. Yeah, but the thing is the particle is not necessary. So you don't need to put it if you don't want to. So you can just say 저 컴퓨터 사요 and that makes total sense. Alright. So we looked at 에요 and 이에요, which means I am something. So how do we say I am not something? Okay, so let's look at this again. This is I am Brazilian. So how do we say I am not Brazilian? So not, to say you're not something, it's a little bit different. It is 아니에요. 아니에요. 저는 브라질 사람 아니에요. I Brazil person not. Am not. And this one, unlike the other one, it only has one form. So that's all you have to memorize. 아니에요. Formal form for by? Yeah, formal form for by. This yeah, if you say 사, it's just like by. If you say 사요, if you stick a 요 to it, then it's formal. 브라질 사람 아니에요. You can say, how about if you want to say this is not a cup. You just say 이거는 cup 아니에요. This cup not. This cup not. Okay, like actually the word order is kind of flipped around like this. This cup not. We don't have in Korean like or the, so it's just like this cup is not. This cup not. Yeah, and with this you can make so many different sentences. How about if you want to say that? That cup not. 그거는 컵 아니에요. That is not a cup. Or that is not my school. That my school is not. Okay, so my in Korean is like 제. That's my. And then school in Korean is 학교. It's like that, my school, not. That is not my school. For me, 이가 and 은는 is really, really difficult. Oh, okay, so that one is pretty easy. There's many, many, many different meanings. Okay, there's not that many, but like, there's maybe like 6 meanings of 이가 and 은는. But you know, if you try to learn it all at once, then it's too complicated. So, lots of people ask, what is the difference between 은는 and 이가? Difference is 이가 is more specific. Okay, let me show you. Let me just show you. It's easier to know in context. Like if you just try to isolate this, it makes no sense. So it's like 고양이는 귀여워. 귀여워. Okay, this time we use 는. But the same sentence, oops, 고양이가 귀여워. Okay, so okay, wait, it's getting kind of cut off. Okay, so one of the sentences we use 는, one of the sentence we use 가. Okay, 귀여워 means cute. Okay, this is like cat is cute. And this is also cat is cute. But what is the difference, 는 and 가? Well, this means if we use the 는, it means cats are cute. Okay, that's 는, alright? But if we say 가 귀여워, 고양이 가 귀여워, it's the cat is cute. Think about what this means. Cats are cute. The cat is cute. The cat is a specific cat. Maybe there's like many different cats or many different animals. Hey, which one is cute? The cat is cute. And you know which cat I'm talking about if I say the, right? So this ka is like the, if that makes sense. Okay, so if you just say 는, it just means like all cats in general are cute. Every single cat. Okay, like, oh yeah, just cats are cute in general. In English, we mark this with like an S. That's like in general, right? Cats are cute. Like, yeah, cats are pretty cute. But what if you want to say a specific cat? Then it's 고양이가 귀여워. The cat is cute. This cat is cute. Yeah, that's what it means. Right? So let me show you a different example, okay? So how do you say, what's another thing? Computers are expensive. Computers are expensive. Okay, computers are expensive. Is 컴퓨터는 비싸. Okay, that's computer. No, not computers are cute. No. Computers are expensive. Okay, computers are expensive, right? This means expensive. 비싸. So what does this mean? Computers are expensive. That means every computer in general is expensive, right? And that's the truth, right? Computers are expensive. But what if you say computers 가 비싸? You know, computer 가 비싸. 컴퓨터 가 비싸? This means the computer is expensive. like a single computer, a specific computer that you and I both know. So ka is like the in English. Yes, it's like the. It's like the. 제 집에 고양이가 있어요. Alright, las computadoras no son caras. If you wanted to say computers are not expensive, it's pretty easy. You just add a an to it. Computers are not expensive. An is not. Yes, no son caras. Okay, it's the same here. Es el mismo aquí. An 비싸. Right? Very, very simple. Computer is not expensive. Alright. Okay, but here is where the confusion comes in is if you're not talking about objects and like for example you're talking about yourself. So back to that sentence like oh what is the meaning of 제? 제 means my. 제 is my. So if you say 제 친구, it's like my friend. My friend. Pretty easy, right? My computer. My computer is 제 컴퓨터. My computer. Alright, but you see, the confusion comes in here. Okay, let me show you. If you say 저는, okay, let's go back to that sentence. 저는 한국 사람이에요, right? Like I, Korean person am, like I am Korean, right? I am Korean. This is I, Korean am, right? Simple enough. But what if we use the ka particle instead? This is where people get confused. This is where people get shortened way of 저의. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is actually. 저의 is actually 제. But anyways, so what happens if we use the ka particle here? 저가. By the way, if you combine 저 and ka together, it slightly changes. It changes to 제가. In this case, it doesn't mean my. It's just like easier to pronounce. Like rather than saying 저가, it's 제가. It's just easier to pronounce it that way. That's why pronunciation changes. But don't get confused. This does not mean my. Okay. But yeah. Anyways, 제가 is 저가, but different pronunciation. So what is the difference between 저는 한국 사람이에요 and 제가 한국 사람이에요? Okay, so this is just the regular I am Korean. Okay, that's just how, if you want to say I am Korean, that's just what you say. But if you use it with a ka particle, it's kind of like I'm the one that's Korean. So this whole ka thing, it has this meaning of like, I am the one that's Korean, not anyone else. Me specifically. Specifically, I am Korean. Like maybe there's many people in the room and just me, I'm Korean. This is like, oh yeah, I'm Korean, yeah. But this one's like, no, I'm Korean. I'm the one that's Korean. So it's like more specifically targeted towards you. Alright. So maybe you want to say something like 저는 학생이에요. I am a student. Okay, I student am. But if you say 제가 학생이에요, it's like I'm the one that's a student. Like me specifically, I am the student, not anyone else. Right? Like if you say like 저는 추워요, it's like I am cold. Okay, I am cold. But if you say 제가 추워요, it's like I'm the one that's cold. I'm the one that's cold. Me specifically. 의 is the particle, possession particle, right? It's pronounced a instead of 의. Yes, you are right. Yeah, if you stick a 의 to something, it's like possession. So like 저의 or like 제, it gets contracted into 제, it means my. Okay, like if you say 너의, or if you say 니, it means your. You know, if you say 그의, it means his, hers, whatever. If you say 친구의, it's friends. But yeah, although this one is supposed to be pronounced like 의, it's pronounced as just 에. 고민 걱. Our is like 우리 is we, so we say 우리의 is our. This list kind of sucks because I kind of mixed up all the casual and foreign. Casual and formal Korean. I should stick to like one. Okay, so 나의. Okay, I'll start with casual first. The full list. 나의, 너의, 나의, 너의, 걔. We don't have a 걔. 걔 means he or she, and it also means his. If I'm the only person who studies in the group, I can use 제가. Yeah, you can. Yeah, if you want to be specific, like, yeah, only me, like only I'm the one that's studying in there. Then you say 제가 그룹에서 공부해요. 그룹에서, like in the group, study. Here we go. I just pulled it up from the internet. There we go. Instead of me typing everything. So yeah, so 나의 is my, and 우리들의 or 우리의 is our. This 들 right here is optional. You don't have to say it. Right? And then this 너희 is your, 너희들의 or just 너희의 is your. Like you guys is like it's like plural. Like your guys's. I mean, yeah, there's kind of a lot. 그녀의. This is not really like the best chart. Oh, okay. This chart is better actually. I found a better one. Okay, this one's kind of more cleaner, but it's a little bit blurry. I don't know if you guys see that. Yeah, does that make sense? Like, I, my, you, your, he, his, she, her. It's pretty easy. You just add a to it. Yeah, so someone said that 고민, 걱정, 일, 문제 all mean worry or problem. Yeah, for similar words like that, I think that the sentence is really important. Like it depends on the context. So rather than trying to memorize worry equals all these different kinds of words, it depends on the context. If you want to say don't worry, then it's 걱정하지 마. Okay, 지마 means don't. Oops. Oh no, what am I doing? Don't worry is like 걱정하지 마. So it depends on the sentence. This chima is don't. 고민 means like you are troubled, or like 고민 means like you have many problems that you think about. Like 고민 있어요. Like I have some problems, or I have some trouble or something. 고민 있어요. It's like I have some stuff to think about. It's like that's like 고민. In K-drama, sometimes they say 우리, but it also means my. Is it right? Yeah, I guess so. You don't need to stick 우리. Yeah, sometimes they don't stick on the 에. They just say 우리. For it's not my, but like it's like our. 우리의. Yeah, it's a bit confusing because there are like so many exceptions. But you can just learn the exceptions as they come up. Alright, let's try some sentences with 있어요 and 없어요. Okay, this one is like super useful. Right? If you say something 있어요, it means there is. There is or there are. So if you say something like 자동차 있어요. 자동차 is car. So if you say 자동차 있어요, there's like there is a car. There is a car. Right? So how do you say there are cars? There are cars. Well, it's the same thing. In Korean, the plural is not really so important. You could add this tul as a plural marker, but usually we don't do that. You just say there are cars or there is cars. It's just 있어요. Alright? And the opposite of 있어요 is 없어요. There is no car. There are no cars. There is no cars. That's pretty simple, right? So how would you say there is no time? There is no time. Well, time just goes in here. So you just say 시간 없어요. There is no time. Or there is time. 시간 있어요. 시간 있어요. There is no time. There is time. Okay, let me write this. 있어요 and 없어요. There is no. 시간 있어요, 시간 없어요. So if you say there are no cups. There are no cups. There are no cups. It's just cup 없어요. 컵 없어요. There is a cup, there are no cups. That makes sense. Now I am studying location 위, 옆, 앞 using 있어요, 없어요. Oh yeah, that's great. So so you could stick something like 위에. Oops, this is the English slot. I should write it down here. 위에 컵 없어요. So like 위에 is like up, right? Like there's no cup. How would you translate this? 위에? It's like there's no cup up there. Up there? So 위에 is kind of like on top or like up something, like it's on top of something. It's either on there or it's like floating on top of there. I think in English we would translate it as up there, right? So it'd just be like, there's no cup up there. It'd just be like, up there, cup, there's not. 위에 컵 없어요. But actually, the location of this doesn't matter. It can be flipped. You can say cup first. You could say cup 위에 없어요. So Korean word order is pretty flexible. But it can't go behind 없어요. As long as it's not behind this period right here, it can kind of swap places. You can say 위에 컵 없어요, or you can say 컵 위에 없어요. Yeah, exactly. 위에 컵 있어요. There's a cup up there. There's a cup on top of something. You know, yeah, it's very hard to directly translate this. Like it's like up there or something. But what if you want to say it's up there on the table or something like that, right? 식탁. 식탁 위에 is it's like table on. It's kind of confusing. It's like on the table. So it's like table on. Cup. There is no. Well, what a confusing word order. But the thing is, the reason why I split this up into these sections is because this whole thing right here behaves like one word. It's like one word. So you could swap it around. You could say cup 식탁 위에 없어요. There's no cup on the table. There's no cup on the table. And yeah, if this is very hard, then you can practice by swapping out words. Okay, like it's on the table, or it's on the computer. 컴퓨터 위에 컵 없어요. or 있어요. There is a cup on the computer. Or like a 쇼파. Oh, what is the difference between 식탁 and a 책상? 식탁 is like a table for eating. 책상 is for studying. So I guess this is like a desk. Desk and dining table. So yeah, we can go with that. 책상 위에 컵 있어요. 바나나 없어요? yeah, 바나나 없어요. Oh yeah, I'm trying to use other words other than bananas because I always resort to banana in my example. Banana. Is the English kind of confusing? Like if I put the order there, is it confusing or does it help? We should. Maybe I should turn on some light music. It's like kind of like. 책이 의자 위에 있어요. Yeah, correct. So that was a pretty long sentence. So let me try to make it smaller. So you added a new word here. 책이, the book. So remember when I said 가 particle is like the in English? So that's why this e is here. It's the book. It's a specific book. Specific book. The book, and then you said 의자, which is chair. 책이 바나나 위에 있어요. Yeah, and again, this 의자 위에 can swap places with 책이. So you can say this first. 의자 위에 책이 있어요. 책이 있어요. 의자, sorry, it's chair. On top of the chair, there is the book. The book is on top of the chair. Can 없어요 also mean don't have? Oh yeah, so 있어요, 없어요 has double meanings in English. It can mean there is or there is no, but it also means have and don't have. Don't have. 있어요, 없어요, it means, so there's two meanings in English. It kind of translates to two things. So if I say 책이 있어요, right? Let's just say that. It can mean there is a book, there is the book. It also means I have the book. I have. It's like have the book. Right? In Korean, you don't need to say I, you, he, she. Like we don't. It's an optional thing. But if you wanted to say I, like specifically, you say 저는 책이 있어요. I, the book, have. Now I know people are gonna be like, wait, why why are there particles like nun and ka? I know people are gonna say that, but this nun is here just because like who's the main character of the sentence? It's just me. I'm the main character of the sentence, right? And then this e is here because the book, the book. The e means the in English. You know, if we remove the e and it was just like 저 책 있어요, it could mean like I have books in general. The interrogative form? Yeah, if you just wanted to ask a question, you don't have to change anything in the sentence. You just kind of say it like it's a question. You know, if I was to say, instead of 저 당신, like you book have. So if I wanted to make it a question, like 당신은 책 있어요? Do you have books? Right? In English, you have to stick this like do in front of a question, or sometimes you have to like invert it. But Korean, you just say the same sentence, but say it like a question. It can also mean I can and I can't, right? No, actually. That one is similar, but it's different. So can and can't have is similar. I know what you're talking about. Can and can't. It's actually 을 수 있어요 is the full sentence. Okay, so let me show you an example. It's like 을 수 있어요. 한국말. No, okay, wait. It's like okay, let me try to think. 먹을 수 있어요? It means can you eat? So it's like 김치 먹을 수 있어요? It's like kimchi eat can? It's like can you eat kimchi? Like is it not spicy for you? Like is it okay? Like are you able to eat kimchi? You know? Or like 고기. Kogi is meat. It's like are you able to eat meat? Like maybe the person is vegetarian. I don't know. So like yeah. 먹을 수 있어요? 우리 친구가 책 있어요. Yes, that's correct. My friend has the book. 우리 친구가 책 있어요. 우리 친구가 책 있어요. So my friend book has. And you know why this is the ka particle, right? It means my friend is the one that has the book. Specifically my friend. 하고 싶어 means want. Yes. Well, actually 고 싶어 is want. 고 싶어요. It's not want, but it's actually want to. Want to seems like it's one word, but it's actually no, sorry. It seems like it's two words because there's a space, but don't be fooled by the space. Want to is very different from want. So want to is the whole word. So if you want to say, I want to go. Okay, I want to go. Oops. 저는 가고 싶어요. 가고 싶어요 is like I want to. I want to go. 한국 가고 싶어요. Yeah, exactly. I Korea want to go. 한국 가고 싶어요. Oops, I wrote 한국. Or like I 햄버거 먹고 싶어요. I want to eat hamburger. I want to eat hamburger. Yeah, in Korean you really don't need this I right here. It sounds more natural if you don't say I, you, he, she all the time. Just say hamburger want to eat. 햄버거 먹고 싶어요. And remember, this is want to, so it's very, very different from want. Okay, want is actually a very different word. Want is 원해요. But actually, we don't really have a word for want in Korean. It's kind of like an English thing. You know, 원해요 is more like I desire. So like we don't really use it that much. You know how in English you say like, oh, I want a hamburger? Well, we don't have the word want, we have desire. So we say, I desire a hamburger. It sounds pretty strange, right? I desire a hamburger. So like, yeah, we don't really say 원해요 that much. Yeah, another similar thing. It's not really similar, but like 먹고 싶어요. Like, I want to. Oh, okay. So I want to eat. It's like you want to do something, but how do you say I don't want to? I don't want to. Well, there's two ways to make I don't want to do something. There's the easy way and then there's like the hard way. The easy way is just you just add an "an" to the front. So it's like not. I hamburger not want to eat. Don't want to eat it. Okay, but then there's the hard way, and I don't know why we have both ways, but unfortunately this is the harder way, which is 먹기 싫어요. 싫어요. It's don't want to. Okay, 기 싫어요. So it's the same thing. You just add that instead. 기 싫어요. Yeah, exactly. 싫어, exactly. But then instead of 고, it's 기 this time. 먹기 싫어요. Like if you want to say 한국 가기 싫어요. Like I don't want to go. 한국 가기 싫어요. I don't want to go there. Or like a 숙제 하기 싫어요. Homework don't want to do. I don't want to do homework. 숙제 하기 싫어요. Or like you want to play games. 게임. Oh no, you don't want to play games. 게임 하기 싫어요. Don't want to play. In Korean we say we do games. We don't say we play games. We say we do it. So how would you say I don't want to buy a computer? Like 컴퓨터 사기 싫어요. I don't want to buy a computer. Don't want to buy it. 기 싫어요. Wait, but let's go back to this 수 있어요 for a sec. because I have something important to say about this. Okay, like 을 수 있어 is like can, right? So like for example, 저는 like 김치 or no, let's go with this one. 한국말 할 수 있어요? It's like I can do Korean. I can speak Korean. Okay, but there's two types of can in Korean. This 을 수 있어 actually means like able to, in the sense that you have the ability to. But there's another one like 이거 사도 돼요. Okay, this 도 돼요 also means can, but it means like you're allowed to. Like yeah, you can buy it, as in like yeah, you're allowed to buy it. I give you permission to buy it. You know what I mean? So they both mean can, but then 을 수 있어 is like you're able to can. Like oh yeah, I can play soccer, I can play guitar, I can speak Korean, I can cook. So 을 수 있어 is more like an ability. You can do an ability, a skill or something. And 도돼요 is like can, but you got permission to. It's like, oh yeah, you can go. You can go now. Class is over. That means you have permission to go. Like 가도 돼요. Yeah, you can go. You're allowed to go now. 가도 돼요. You can go. Yeah, does that make sense? Like this is ability and permission. Okay, and then the opposite of 도돼요 is 면 안 돼요. It's like you can't go. I won't allow you to go. Or like you're not allowed to leave, you know? 가면 안 돼요. Like maybe class isn't over, so you say 가면 안 돼요. Like you can't go yet. You can say I can hit the piano. Yeah, hit the piano. I guess literally translated we say we hit piano. For instruments we say we hit it. Well, we don't think of it like that. We just think of it as we play the instrument. Like 피아노 쳐요. Oops. Yeah, 쳐요 literally means to hit it. But I don't know. I never thought of it like that. Like 쳐요, like I guess it's just like you play an instrument. Alright guys, so I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I hope this was like helpful. Like let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm gonna upload this video after the stream. So thank you guys for joining. I'll see you guys next week, Thursday at 5 p.m. PST, I'll go live. All right, so thank you guys for joining. I'll see you guys in the next stream. See you guys.